Instructions on the kiosk screen. Hello driver, follow the instructions on the...
Good evening, YouTube. How's everybody doing this evening? We at the ports, and it's late as hell, y'all, but we getting to the money. Hope everybody's out there having a good day, grinding like me. We gonna get to it. Got a quick little video for you guys. About to terminate this empty container to grab our load, then head out. I like when the ports is like this. We're gonna be in and out. Let's see how fast it takes us to get out, y'all. So it's 12:18 in the morning. Let's see how fast we can get out. All right, we got our timer on, so we gotta go to B500, drop off our container, then B300 to pick up our loaded container. So we should probably be less than 30 minutes. So we're going to B532. Port's been super busy lately, y'all. Hasn't been like this all year. It feels like, you know, the last 3 weeks, we get 5 days a week, and that's pretty good. Because all of August sucked. All of September sucked. October was halfway decent. Now we in November, and things are getting good for us. But you know, this time of year, usually this time of year is hectic, and I'm getting like 60 hours a week in this truck, you know. Then you wake up and it's the slow season, January, February. So prepare for the slow season, y'all. Cause you know, but you know, if they make a deal with the tariffs, we might not have a slow season this year. You know, but we never know. We never know what's gonna happen. Cause there's been times in my career when it's supposed to be super slow, January and February for the slow season, cause of Chinese New Year and everything. Then it turns out to be super busy, and we don't have no slow season. So hopefully it stays like that. You know what? I think we gotta go on the other side. Maybe. Yeah, we gotta go on the other side. So we gotta come over here to get our load, B300. Well, B500 is on the other side. Yeah, some years, I never know what to expect, you know. Some years, the beginning of the year at the ports and all through the trucking industry is hectic. It's super slow. Then some years we don't get slow seasons, and this might be the time where we don't get a slow season because things have been slow. But you know, I do see less vessels at the ports. You know, and I'm surprised that we got busy all of a sudden. You know, but for Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know, it's always should be busy. Always should be busy. You know. We got to keep our fingers crossed. I hope everybody's making good money at these ports. But I've been seeing a lot of unhappy drivers lately, everybody's been mad about everything that's going on, but you know, it's just a cycle we got to go through. You know, you never know what to expect when you're a truck driver. You know, and I advise everybody always have multiple streams of incomes and different hustles, because you know, especially being a truck driver, if trucking gets slow, you got to be willing to, you know, move around and do something different. So we should be over here. Okay. So that's 4. Gotta go over here and make a U-turn. They coming to get us. I parked perfect, so it was super easy for him to grab the container. But now we out. Yeah, y'all, I've been working and getting off of work like 3, 4 in the morning every damn day, and it's been killing me, you know, but I can't complain. But I was enjoying having my days off, you know, usually on my days off, I go to the gym, you know, go on a hike, spend time with family, just relax, because sometimes being in the truck 60 hours a week, I'm telling you, it takes a wear and tear in your body. You know, I still work out every day, 6, 7 days a week some days, but usually if I do have a day off, I try to hit the gym twice. I might work out in my first gym session, work out for an hour, lift weights for an hour, then do cardio for an hour. Then, you know what I'm saying, if I have a day off, I might, during the evening, go for a little walk at the park for an hour, or go back to the gym and hop on a treadmill or Stairmasters, you know what I'm saying, just to keep myself looking good, you know, because we can gain a lot of weight in these trucks and we can lose our bodies being truck drivers, you know. All them OTR guys out there that's grinding for the holidays, stay out them truck stops, and if you could, get a fridge in your truck and a microwave and take your own food with you, because if you eat what's in these truck stops, I promise you guys will gain 30 to 50 pounds less than 4 or 5 months. I promise you guys. You know, it happened to me, it happened to a lot of guys I know. 1 minute you get in the truck, you know your weight is at a good weight, you know you looking healthy, slim. The next thing you know, you look in the mirror, y'all, and you'd have gained 20 plus pounds in less than 2 months, because you know all we do most of the time is 12-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts. We just sitting in this truck chilling, you know. And a lot of guys, you know, I've been realizing they get bored driving all the time, so you know what they do? They eat. You know, I don't know why, but it's just like when you in the truck and you got snacks, you just eat because you're bored, you know. And sometimes eating all that sugar and unhealthy food, it keeps you up, you know. Me, I got a Red Bull. How many calories is this? So it's only 210 calories, but you know, I gotta have a Red Bull every now and then. You know, I was gonna get a coffee, but unfortunately, you know, coffee doesn't do my stomach no justice sometimes, and it's not too good to be in this damn truck drinking coffee. Then you gotta find a toilet to use. Then you're gonna be stuck. You can be stuck in traffic, or you might be far away from the toilet. Then you know it's all bad right there, you know. I don't want to use no porta potties. They nasty as hell. You know, I've been in plenty of situations. I know a lot of truck drivers have been in these situations too. You know, barely being able to make it to the restroom because you got to go find a place and you got this big ass truck and you can only park certain places. You know, some of these ports don't have good bathrooms to use, and a lot of warehouses nowadays, they don't let you go inside the warehouse to use the restroom. They give us porta potties, and I don't blame them because some truck drivers are freaking nasty as hell. You know, I go inside these truck stops, it's horrible in there, y'all. Horrible. Truck drivers, we gotta do better, man. You know, truck drivers, we gotta do better because we're the ones that have to use the bathrooms. You know, I was in a TA a few days ago. It was so horrible in there, man. It was so damn messy inside the TA. I promise you, it was so messy and nasty inside the TA. I walked in and walked straight out. I was cool. I didn't even want to use the restroom, you know. But it gets like that, you know. Truck drivers, you know, we got to be courteous to each other and the establishments that we use, because the farther along I get with my truck driving career, more and more warehouses, the restrooms are closed to truck drivers, and we did it to ourselves. Now, truck drivers are clean and we take care of the restrooms we use, then I guarantee you they'll let us inside. But, you know, I don't blame them, because if I had an establishment and people misuse my restroom, and businesses are supposed to have restrooms for us to use, I would put a porta potty out there too. Because, you know, you go inside these truck stops, you know, it's pee everywhere, dookie everywhere, all over. Like, these guys dookie and leave it on the toilet, pee on the toilet. It's like, it's crazy. Like, then I can just imagine how dirty their trucks are because of how they treat other people's property. We finna get out of here already, y'all. The crane coming. Look at that. 12 minutes in and out. So we should be out of here probably like 8 minutes. We're gonna see if we can get out of here in 20 minutes. There we go. Just like that. We in and out this thing, y'all. See, these are the days I like. You know, if I was in my own truck, oh my goodness. Days like this, I'm telling you, man. Days like this in your own truck, an hour to get here, an hour back, 20, 30 minutes in the ports, the whole round trip, used to pay like $650. And you make $650 less than 3 hours on a good trip. Some trips sometimes, for all the owner operators out there, some trips out there, sometimes take you 8 hours to make that kind of money. But like on average, for me, it don't take me no more than 3-4 hours, you know, to knock out an empty termination and pick up a load in the ports. The problem is the traffic, because, you know, I travel like 60 miles to get to the ports. You know what I'm saying? So the traffic is the killer. Everything else be smooth sometimes, because as y'all know, nobody's at the damn port tonight. It's just us, a couple other drivers. You know, this is how I like it. You know, but back in the day when I was running my own truck, in and out all night. Like, a lot of the guys I know, including myself, used to make like $1,500 to $2,000 a night running our own trucks, all local work, because it was so easy to get in and out of the trucks. Like we had a hot load, no lie, those loads, when I had a hot load from San Bernardino, California, I would start at the Dollar Tree in San Bernardino, pick up an empty, bring it to the ports, get rid of the empty, pick up a load and take it back to the Dollar Tree. That whole round trip will pay me $850. And if you was lucky to do 2 of those in one night, oh man, you good. And you would knock that out less than 12 hours. You know, so shit, you make all that money easy when the race was like that. Hopefully by next year, the race will be like that. You know, when I check the load board, that shit is trash. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But once I see the rates get like that again, that's when I will go take the leap of faith and go buy me a truck and get back to work for myself. Right now, I'm company. You know, I do like the job that I'm at because it's like I'm running my own truck because we get paid by the move. So, you know, I'm smart enough to know if you get paid by the move, the harder you work, the more money you get paid. But some guys, they don't like the hustle. You know, some guys, they like the hourlies. Okay, I get paid, if you get an hourly job, I'll get paid $28 an hour. I'm gonna milk the clock, get my little 10, 12 hours in, a little bit of overtime, I'm good. Me, hell nah. I'm trying to get inside this truck and get out of the truck as fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? So like on average, my goal in the truck right now as a company, I need to make at least $400 to $500 a day. And with this company, when the work is there, you can make that kind of money, but you gotta grind. You know, I don't take hour breaks, hanging out at truck stops. Forget all that. That's out. You know, like, only time you guys will ever see me at a truck stop is if I'm getting fuel. You know, for the most part, I bring my own lunch to work, so I ain't gotta take a lot of breaks. And hopefully, when I'm at the ports, I can bullshit a little bit and or catch them when they do shift change, so I can take my 30 at the ports. So I don't like stopping, pulling over, or finding a spot to kick it at for 30 minutes. You know, like today when I had to take my 30, I took it at the dump yard. I was switching out containers and said, let me take my 30 real quick. You know, so I can hurry up, take my 30 on to the next situation. That's how you gotta do it, y'all being a truck driver. You gotta try to make as much money possible as fast as possible. You know, and some guys, they live by this. Companies paying $28, $32 an hour, they gonna milk the clock because they want that OT. Me, hell no. I'm trying to get, if I can figure out how to make $400, $500, 10 hours, I'm cool. I'm cool. That's like my goal, to try to work 8, 9, 10 hours and make as much money as possible and get the hell in my own bed at the end of the night, y'all. Let's get it. We up out of here. Wasn't a bad trip. See, look, only one vessel. That's crazy. Usually it's a vessel right there and right there. Now we up out of here, and look, boom, under 30 minutes. That was cool. That was real smooth right there. In and out. This is how I like it. Less than 30 minutes at the ports. That's how you know you had a wonderful night. Just that quick, y'all. 30 minutes in and out the ports. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. I'm out.